Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Heretic of the Week. And by God's grace, only by God's grace, are we not the Heretic of the Week. All right, so what do you have here? We got what? This guy named. Now, this is a tough word. I'm going to have a tough time saying this. And I want you guys to listen carefully as I say this. His name is Bill Johnson. Is that?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, I mean that's a neighbor's name. Like that's to me that like sounds like somebody's neighbor. That is as general as you can get.
Pretty much.
I mean, William Bill Johnson. That's just.
All right, so we're gonna listen to this clip. This is taken from his
This is good, you guys. I want you guys to listen to this. This changed my life.
This is taken from a sermon. And it is out of context of his sermon, but it's out of context in a way that he was making like a side point in his sermon, so you don't have
Those
to.
are dangerous, by the way.
And
they're the ones that get you.
I will link. I'll try to find and link the entire sermon if you think that maybe we're taking it out of context or you want to hear it for yourself in entirety. I'll put that in the description and link it below so that we can tell you where we got it from. But that's only if you want to actually go through the entire one, which I don't recommend. So here it is.
Did you know that Jesus was born again? I asked the first service, and he said no. But I will show you, it's in the Bible. Jesus was born again. He had to be. He became sin. Hebrews 1, it says this, for to which of the angels did he ever say, you are my son, today I have begotten you? In Acts 13, he explains that. God has fulfilled this for us, their children, and that he said that he has raised up Jesus, as it is also written in the second psalm, you are my son, today I have begotten you. And that he raised him from the dead, no more to return to corruption. He was born through Mary the first time, and through the resurrection the second time. He was born again.
Okay, well, can I take the wheel on this one really quick?
Go for it.
First of all, Bill, my buddy Bill here, you preach with the fervor of a sloth. This guy had me on the edge of my seat and I mean like I was about to fall asleep on the edge of it. I'm sorry. This is gonna sound mean. People are gonna tell you, "Oh, you're just judging." This dude, I'm sorry, was not exciting at all. And the fact that the gospel that he preached was absolute heresy, even just is a cherry on top. I mean, like I guess you gotta say things like this for people to listen to your sermons, because if you preach a normal gospel, the gospel that's in the Bible, like he just preached, I don't know, that's tough. That's a tough call. But I'm just gonna take the reins on this one. No. That's my response.
No.
No.
His whole argument was Jesus was born again. Even the Bible doesn't say that. Jesus was born again because he was born out of Mary, so it's the first time. Then he was born like out of the cross.
So Jesus had to be saved from his sins. Essentially, is what he's saying.
Does he think just because he just died and came back to life that was him being born again?
That's what I gathered from his explanation.
Quite next to Jesus there.
Yeah. I mean, this was. I want to know what Bible college this man went to, because I've got to get some of that.
Well, a little backstory on Mr. Bill Johnson here. He was born in 1951. He's a charismatic Christian revivalist, a speaker, author, and current senior pastor of Bethel Church in California. He's appeared on television segments aired on the Christian Broadcasting Network, Trinity Broadcasting Network, and Sid Roth's It's Supernatural, and several faith-based documentaries. He's been featured on the cover of Charisma magazine and has been the focus of several magazine articles.
Okay, and I'm just going to say this for a second here, Thomas. If you ever wonder if my ministry is going off the rails, if I'm on the edge of heresy, if you ever see me on TBN, you know.
If
you ever see me on TBN, it's
if you ever see me on the Oprah network,
Yeah.
giving an interview with Oprah, then you know that I've reached that line.
Absolutely, and so I think we can say. I mean, you don't have to go to Bible school or anything to know this, but yeah, Jesus was not born again, people, and that's like I said, by God's grace, we would be the heretic of the week. But that's a doozy. That's a. There's no bones about that. That was rough.
So are you saying
It's
that?
rough, Bill.
So like he's saying that, because in the Lord's Sermon he says that Jesus had to to be born again you have to have sin.
Yes.
Like, so he's saying that Jesus sinned, or he's saying that at some point in Jesus' life he wasn't God.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a whole
So
can of
he does
theological
realize if Jesus at least at some point in his life was never God,
yeah,
then he wasn't fully God,
and we're in trouble.
and that means that we didn't have a perfect sacrifice
Right.
for us, which means that
Well-
that kind of cancels out a whole part of the cross.
I'm glad we don't have to worry though, because since we know now that Jesus was born again, I think we can sleep tonight. No,
I can relate to him more.
yeah,
knowing that
yeah.
I was born again and he was
that's
born
right.
again.
That's right.
This almost sounded like when I first heard it, I thought it was like Mormon teaching, because
Yeah.
Mormons believe
Oh, yeah.
that Jesus was not fully God.
Right.
He was a God, but he was not like the
Right.
God.
And we can become.
Yeah.
A God.
So that I thought it was Mormon teaching, because I thought it
Yeah.
was more of the idea of that Jesus had to be born again because he's like us.
Right. Well, look, there's a term I learned in theology school for this type of theology. It's a big word. Get ready, buckle up, because you're about to learn something. Take it down. The word for this type of theology is garbage.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
There's not any, like, we could pick it apart, but it's just kind of
It picked itself apart.
dumb.
Yeah,
It's
it just
dumb.
you used the D word, man.
I'm
Get
sorry.
us canceled.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Did you?